Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakadash, Yahweh being true name of Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being named for His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, the great millstone that teaches truth and will well, and salutations to your hopeful elect in this truth and honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh Coach, you know, listen to the spirit power, Yahweh Shai. And this lesson's through the spirits in transit. Bear with me, it just got into pretty much a traffic jam right now, so I'm gonna try to get this lesson out as best I can. I'm gonna start up with this precept, and this is the book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 31. All right, and it reads, "And Yahweh said, Simon, Simon, behold, Shaitan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. And he said unto him, Yahweh, I am ready to go with thee, both into prison and to death. And he said, I tell thee, Peter, the cock shall not crow this day before that thou shalt thrice deny that thou knowest me." Okay? Bringing out this precept, man, through the Spirit. Salakia. Through the Spirit, man, this precept is it's basically going into, you know, how Satan is going to be doing things to test us, you know, to see if we, you know, are truly unmovable in our faith towards Yahushai, or Yahweh. Okay, so he's going to begin to do things very grievously to you, you know, to the point to where the scripture says, you know, he said unto him, Yahweh, I'm ready to go with thee, both into prison and to death. Okay? So, Peter was willing to go into prison. So this is one of the things that that Satan has the ability to do, you know, to sift you, is put something so terrible on you, it can make it to where, you know, you get put in jail, man. You get put in prison behind this truth. And possibly be made a martyr to death. You have to be willing to go that far. Peter understood that that's the possibility of what could happen. And Peter was put through such a heavy trial, you know, that we all know the story that Peter denied knowing Yahushua, you know, 3 times because out of fear. But it was prophesied that he would do that. And that goes to show how difficult it can be in this walk in this truth, of how much of a difficult situation that you may be put in, that you have to face. Okay? So, brothers is going through a lot of extreme hardship right now, difficulty. We're definitely being tested. Brothers is being attacked heavily. You know, so right now it's probably a good time to really buckle down and get into fasting and praying, you know, because that's how we basically combat the enemy, through fasting and prayer. Because there's a lot of, you know, extremely bad shit that's kind of happening right now through the Spirit, because we're very close to a breakthrough and a blessing. You know, I did a lesson on that about a week ago, going into it, that we're really close to a huge breakthrough, which is why brothers is going through so much right now. And the Lord is about to make his move on our enemies and stuff, man. So, you know, it's Satan's job right now. You know, he's walking to and fro on the earth, and he's testing brothers. He's testing your patience. See if you would fold, because there'll be so much happen to you. He wants the mind to go. He wants the thoughts into your mind, where you start telling yourself, man, am I wrong? You know, am I a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? You know, maybe I'm a fucked up person, and he wants those type of thoughts, you know, that self-doubt, spirit and demon is going to begin to fester, and try to attack brothers because of the amount of grievousness that we're being sifted in, the tribulations that brothers are being put through. All you could do is just deal with it, man. You gotta just take the hits, take the punch, take it on the chin, but hold on for dear life. That's all you can do, man. Hold on to your faith for dear life, man. And eventually the storm will pass, and Satan gonna have to get up off you, just like he had to do eventually. He had to do that with Job. Eventually he had to give up and leave Job alone. He's only allowed to test you so much. Yahweh Shai puts bounds on the amount that Satan is allowed to do to you. Brothers right now is losing. Families being completely broken apart. There's a lot of divorces going on. Family members, passing away. Brothers' finances being attacked. Brothers' vehicles getting fucking stolen. I mean, just crazy shit, man. And that be Satan, desiring to have you. So he's sifting you to see what you're gonna do. Brothers losing homes and stuff, man. There's a lot of shit that's happening that's like, for your average everyday person, they wouldn't be able to deal with it. But guess what? Even if you were not in this truth, you still could go through all those things. That's what you have to remind yourself. So you could try to go ahead and fall out and go into the world if you want to, and to think that maybe life is going to improve for you. It's not. It will temporarily. You're going to temporarily boost, Why? Because you're bound down to Satan. Satan came to Yahweh Shai and says, I'll give you the whole world if you just bow down and worship me. Well, the power of the world, the wealth and the riches and all that stuff, that's given into Satan's hand to control and manipulate right now. So when you denounce this truth and you go into the world, you'll get that job, you'll get that money, but it'll be for a very short period of time. It's temporary. And whatever it is that you fell out of the truth for to pursue in the world, that very thing will be your downfall. So if you left the truth to go get a six-figure job, or a job where you making, $8,000, $10,000 a month, wherever your cost of living is, or something that's considered very good, and you left the truth to go pursue that path while you're working that job, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen when you lose that entire career eventually. You'll get it at first, but then eventually it'll be gone. Or maybe you left the truth for a fucking, for a woman. You got brothers that get head over heels for love and just can't snap out of it. When their woman is starting to call what they're involved in, a cult of, you're going to want to be with me, I'm leaving, you and this and that. And you think, okay, well, maybe if I just stop doing this thing, and I can keep my family together. And you follow her after a woman. You might actually get married. You might purchase a home together. Get a nice ride, have kids, and it's going to be cool at first. And after some time, whether it be months, or in that case, it'll probably be a couple years, you find her in bed with another man. So you done left the Lord, this salvation, this miraculous gift of this knowledge of this truth, for that. You left for nothing. It's just like the spirit of a woman. Women all the time, like clockwork, ruin and leave a good thing for a temporary emotional fix. They got some attention from a man they're very attracted to, you know, when they were fighting and arguing with their husbands. And so they thought they could do better. They thought they had options. And what ends up happening, they might get with that guy, and he just come find out he's just using her for some sex, leaves her high and dry, and here it is, she just destroyed, single-handedly dismantled and ripped apart a marriage with the one that could have been chosen for her. And then what? She's left with a higher body count, more semen flowing through her body for the rest of her life, because that's what happens with semen. It gets into your DNA, women. And then that guy's gone. So you just left your blessing for a temporary fix, man. So because Satan desires to have us, man, you know, we have to be reminded that we're going to be sifted in this thing, and there's going to be catastrophic shit that you may experience. Like I said, there could be many things you could face. Really bad financial hardship, vehicle issues, health problems, extreme grievous heartbreak, family issues, losing loved ones, losing custody of kids and stuff like that. All these things Satan can use to try to see if you're going to, you know, denounce the Lord and come against the Lord because these things are happening to you. And when we get closer to the end, we can expect that these things are going to pick up and increase because we're close to our reward. When you're really close to a reward and a huge breakthrough, you go through something catastrophic for a time. And sometimes it might seem like you're going through it forever. But then next thing you know, if you're able to hold fast onto that faith, you keep fighting and you don't quit and you don't denounce this thing and you still praise Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, eventually you're going to get through that, and then your breakthrough comes, man. And ours is deliverance, the kingdom, man. You know, hopefully this is the year of Yahushai's return and the judgment of Esau, Edom. You know, we want to see them chariots. We want to see that sky crack. And we want to get the hell up out of here, man. The Lord is moving right now. This economy could crash any day. You know, this place can go into martial law any day. At that point, you're really going to have to rely on faith, on how you're going to eat, how you're going to move, your protection, everything. So we're just being built up for that. So brothers, just stay encouraged, man. And sisters, stay encouraged and stay in the faith and keep pushing. So Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. We'll go ahead and close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem HaKadosh. Double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, Tasha's truth and will well. And citation, hopefully, like person is truth and honesty, sincerity. Shalom.